Hello and welcome. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. We got a update today with a whole new extra site here and quests officially out. And technically the first bit of play to earn with this staking game, though. You're not really playing, it's just staking to earn. There's nothing really to play exactly. But you can use your characters now to earn a little bit, so that is very nice to see, very pleasant. I like it quite a bit, especially because I have a lot of characters that I can't keep up with, so just having them questing is nice. First off, we have this Raider wallet, and it keeps your balances. You can see I've got all of my Aurum for recruitment. I've got a lot of characters to recruit, so gonna eat up all that Aurum. And the prices of things, Grimweed is still showing 0, but it's like 40 cents right now. That'll get updated eventually. And then when you go over, you also have the staking page where you can manage all of your staking from, in addition to the normal bank site. And then you have quests. Now when you come to quests and have it, it takes a little while for it to load. But you can see I've got 14 characters in here left on this wallet. These 16, the 2 that I have questing, and these 14 will be my new main sort of group of characters that I'm going to use heavily, and the rest will be doing questing mostly. So I kind of trimmed down with questing coming out on the number of characters that I'm actually using. And we can go in and check on these characters here. Gained 2 Grimweed and 20 herbalism so far, been out for 18.5 hours, basically since it came out. And they're gaining 1 Grimweed and 10 herbalism experience per 9 hours. And you can see you need 90 experience to get to level 2. So it'll take about 90 hours in order to get it, because it's 1 herbalism XP basically per hour, a little bit better. But yeah, it'll take right around 90 hours at 10 herbalism per 9 XP, because it'll be 10 sets of, or no, 9 sets of 9 hours, so it's only 81. Yeah, only 81 hours. That's where I was screwing up my math. But yeah, we will get there pretty quickly. So sometime on Sunday into Monday area, people will start hitting level 2, and we'll find out what level 2 does. We have tools, which is coming soon. We don't know anything about that, but I'm super excited to see what that is. And mounts, of course, we got that mount airdrop was the last video we talked about it. And they will speed this up quite a bit, supposedly, so we will see how good those are. But for right now, we can go back over to available, wait for it to load, and send a character out on a quest. So it says, Ashire's chief medic promised you training if you brought her some Grimweed. Known for its healing properties, brewing it into a potion will surely help you on your adventures. Perhaps Old Man Clance has some of his... Where does this continue? Has some in his garden. Oh, it just trails off. Okay. You're about to begin the hunt for Grimweed. Yeah. They'll work on their own. The longer you're gone, the more herbs you'll return with, and the more experience. You'll not be able to run dungeons with them while you're questing. It will take time for them to return home. And then we have all of the boosts here from different things. None of them exist yet. So it takes 1/4 of the time that you're out. So if you're out for 4 days, it'll take 1 day for your character to get back. So plan accordingly. There's also the option to teleport back on your return by spending Aurum. And it's about 10 Aurum per day. So we'll see if that ends up being super worth it. It kind of depends on the price of Grimweed. Also, transactions are a bit expensive right now. It's actually only quoting me 30 gas price, 30 GUI, so I'll try at 75 and see if it goes through here. I'm assuming it's never going to go through. Gas has been like 500 to 600 GUI. Oh, it went through immediately. Wow, gas is super cheap right now, so this is a perfect time. If you're watching this right when it comes out, jump on it and get all your characters sent out, because that is really cheap gas right now with the Sunflower game clogging everything up. Hopefully we go back to that permanently and the Sunflower game is just dead. Because that helps a lot, because all of my math that I was doing for how worth the questing is. I was basing it off of, let's try to do just 50 gas then and see if that works, since 75 went through immediately. But I was doing everything calculating for 0.2 Matic per transaction. You have to do 3 transactions every time, because you have to do a transaction to send them out, a transaction to bring them back, and a transaction to collect the rewards. So at 0.2 each, you were talking 0.6 Matic every time. So it'd really cut into the profits if you did not leave them out for a very long time. But this changes things if we're getting back to normal gas now. We will see if it goes through at 50. Yep, it went through at 50. Nice. Alright. So, and then you can just refresh whenever the contract goes through, or contract interaction transaction goes through. And once it loads, it will show up that they are questing. Now, very important too, characters that you haven't completed, all these I've done my raids on. If you haven't completed your raids, you'll want to do those first. Unless you're like me with my other wallet that I'm not going to bother raiding right now until we get guilds officially out. I'll probably wait for that before I go back to raiding. Now they don't want to load. Sometimes you can run into a little bit of an issue with them loading. You just refresh again and everything will pop back up. The UI is a little bit buggy yet. This is brand new. It got pushed quickly, so that way we would have questing out so we could use it. So there are some buggy things with the UI that are getting worked out as quickly as they can. So be on the lookout for those updates. And if we look at the price of Grimweed, you can see it's saved in my browser at 32 cents because that's when I first found it. You can see we're at 40 cents right on the dot basically. And we can look at what it did. It just went absolutely nuts as we found out about it and net leaked it. And shot up to like 87 cents, 86 cents, and now it's back down to more reasonable levels. We assume, based off of that flavor text, reading what it is, it sounds like it's going to be used for healing potions. I'm guessing we will probably get those next week, maybe, with the new dungeon. That would be my best guess. Otherwise, I would think we'd get them with mob implementation. We're also supposed to get mounts able to be used to speed up questing next week as well. So that will be another huge benefit. So I'm just going to get these transactions going through. Start getting all these through while the gas is nice and cheap at pushing it through at 50 GUI, which is super nice. It has been miserable the last few days for everybody using Polygon with that damn sunflower game that has had tens of thousands of bots spamming transactions as fast as they're able to. Hopefully that is finally dying out and no longer is profitable for them. That would be very nice news to hear. But yeah, this is the new questing system. I'll keep you updated. I'll make some more videos on it once it gets more fleshed out and we get more information. But right now, it seems like the plan is to leave them out for 81 hours, for 9 sets of 9 hours to get them to 90 experience. And 81 hours in, bring them on back and get that level 2 and see what level 2 does. I'm sure if you're on the Discord, people will be talking about it in discussion, and we'll be able to see from other people if it's worth bringing them back. So I'll probably hold off on bringing mine back until we hear what other people find out, and then go from there. But also, your tournament characters, that's what I forgot to say. Tournament characters, you cannot compete in tournaments if your character is on a quest. Do not send your tournament character on a quest if you plan to compete. So, like this character for me will not ever do any professions whatsoever so long as tournaments are in existence. If we have another break period where tournaments aren't in existence, then he can go get a little bit of herbalism experience or whatever quests are out by then. But until then, he is doing tournaments because tournaments are much more profitable than farming Grimweed. Also, a little note on tournaments. I know some people have been frustrated with Crockjaw, Vile Gambus, and Dominating. There are going to be some tournaments coming out very soon. I know from talking to Cesaro, who is running them, that there will be some tournaments coming out that have restricted gear types and various other restrictions to make them more competitive for everybody. And then, of course, once we get the skill tree out, that should add an element of skill to the game rather than just being pure luck based. So that'll help. Also, if your goal is to compete eventually in the bigger tournaments, make sure you're entering these tournaments every time you're able to, even if you know you have no shot at winning, even if your gear is terrible. I mean, even if your character is naked, just enter a tournament because you get 1 point on the leaderboard just for entering. And those points mean the top 54 point gatherers throughout this whole month will be entered into that invitational tournament along with the 8 people that got their invitation from the Alpha Invitational. So make sure you're entering each and every tournament that you can. You're showing up. Even if you lose first round, it doesn't matter. You're getting at least 1 point. And I suspect there will be a lot of people in the top 54 that all they did was show up to every tournament and get 1 point each time and beat out some people on points that way. That's just kind of how the point system is set up. So even if you can't compete right now, once skill trees come out and there's an element of skill, you probably will be able to, so long as you learn the game as it comes out. So you probably want to be gathering those points now rather than waiting for things to change and get more competitive to enter tournaments, because you're going to end up finding yourself at the end of the season with not enough tournament points to qualify for the Invitational, and you're going to be sitting out of the $50,000 prize pool tournament. So make sure you're entering, and that's all on quests, that's all on tournaments, and I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and have a wonderful day.